let's cut the fluff. You're 33 weeks pregnant, and the internet is still telling you your baby is the size of a pineapple. Okay, that's cool, but what does that help you do? Here's what no one is talking about. Why you might be feeling little pops in your vagina. Yes, we're going there. What your body is secretly doing to prepare you for labor right now, and why your brain suddenly can't focus, but somehow you remember every baby item you haven't ordered yet. This episode is for you if you're feeling weird and emotional and unprepared, but you're hearing everyone say, "Oh, you're glowing." Let's talk about what's really happening in week 33 and exactly how to prep so that you don't walk into labor just hoping for the best. Oh, and I've got a free playlist that will get you calm, confident, and ready for birth. I'll tell you why it should be your new best friend in just a moment. All right, this is where things start shifting from pregnant to birth is coming. Here's what's secretly going down this week. First up, your baby is officially practicing breathing. Yep. Even though they're not breathing air, your baby is inhaling and exhaling amniotic fluid to get those lungs ready. So every hiccup is a good sign. They're strengthening that diaphragm. Next up, you might be gaining about a pound a week. But listen, this is all due to baby growing fast and your blood volume, which is peaking at this point. Your body is literally building a factory for labor. Now, let's talk about round ligament pain. Yes, it is back with a vengeance. You know, we've talked about it in previous episodes, but it's worth mentioning again, especially if you're new here. If you're having sharp, stabby, stretchy feelings in your groin or lower belly, well, that's your uterus growing and stretching those ligaments. This is all totally normal, but probably very annoying. So here's a pro tip. Try wearing your belly band and doing gentle stretches before bed. Both of those can really be a game changer, especially when they're used together. Okay, now let's talk about the thing your OB probably isn't checking for, your stress level. This week, it's common to feel overwhelmed, easily stimulated, and even annoyed with everything and everyone, literally. That's not just hormones. It's your brain shifting into preparation mode. You're scanning for danger. You're mentally packing your hospital bag at 2 a.m. and you might cry because you can't find the right size onesie. Now, here's a brain fact. Your amygdala, which is the emotional center of your brain, is more active in late pregnancy. It's your body's way of helping you become hyper aware of your baby's needs, but it also makes you more sensitive to noise, more sensitive to conflict and chaos. So if you're wondering, why do I feel so off? That's your brain literally rewiring you to become a mama. This is exactly why I created the playlist that I mentioned at the beginning, from freaked out to fully ready. Yeah, it's because your brain wants direction, clarity, and calm. And that playlist gives you just that. Most people will tell you to rest up and take it easy this week. But here's what you actually need to be doing at 33 weeks pregnant to feel like a boss by the time you give birth. First up, get familiar with breastfeeding before your baby arrives. Here's the raw truth. Milk doesn't just appear. Your body starts producing colostrum right now. And what you do in these last few weeks can really affect your first latch. I want you to start learning the basic latch positions, especially for newborns. I also want you to understand the difference between colostrum and what it feels like once your milk increases. And lastly, I want you to know what the first 24 hours of feeding actually looks like, especially if you plan to breastfeed. Now, I walk through all of this inside a Bump to Bundle blueprint because feeding shouldn't feel like a mystery and you shouldn't have to learn it while you're exhausted, sore, and holding a crying baby. So if you want to go deeper with your birth prep, be sure to click the link below. Next, I want you to learn what labor might look like and what it sounds like. Contractions don't just start all dramatic, like in the movies. You might feel cramping that comes and goes, and then you might notice a backache that won't quit. And then there's always that pressure, like you have to poop, but you don't. Now's a good time to start noticing patterns, timing, and sensations. In fact, I'll have a contraction timer PDF for you to download in the description below, just so that you can have it ready and pair it with an app for you to time contractions when that time comes. All right. Now, also, I want you to prep your support person. They're not a statue. They need a job. Who's going to be timing your contractions? Who's pressing on your hips during labor? And who's advocating for you when you can't speak? If your birth partner is looking like a deer in headlights, then you definitely need to be inside of my course. I give them scripts to say, pressure techniques to use, and how not to be useless in the delivery room. Now let's talk about what week 33 feels like and why that matters. During this week, most moms say, I feel like I'm in a weird limbo. You're far enough along to be uncomfortable, but still a few weeks away from meeting your baby. It's like the final boss level of pregnancy. You're tired, done, and feeling all the things. But this week is powerful. Your body is literally syncing up with your baby. Their circadian rhythm is aligning with yours, and their brain is developing faster than any other week so far. So if you're feeling disconnected or discouraged, pause. Take a breath, my friend. And just know that this week is not just about symptoms. It's about preparing your whole self to bring life into this world. I know 33 weeks can feel like a mess of emotions. You're full of body aches and random Google searches, but you are not alone, my friend. And you are way more powerful than you think. This is the week you shift from being unsure to knowing exactly how to walk into labor with clarity and calm. You've got this, and I've got you. Now, if your brain is spinning and your browser has 48 tabs open, I want you to stop the scroll. Go ahead and hit the button to play the playlist that's listed now. This is going to walk you from being freaked out to fully ready. And if you want my full birth prep system, go ahead and grab Bump to Bundle Blueprint that's linked below. It's like having a doula, birth coach, and lactation expert in your pocket all in one place. The link is in the description, so don't wait. This is truly your moment to get fully ready. Go ahead, and I'll see you inside the playlist.